Lengsin biro Santos Electronics Singjamai Leksang Them Lekai.
Yungi home appliance sing the natana. Luhong with the sang the Viatrava, Yumamagi, Makup Mata sing the natana. Washing machine, freeze, TV singba, electronic items sing, wholesale rate the Pangan Magaloinana. Atomadong Yumda, home delivery Kudong South Pijeri.
Santos Electronics Singjamai Leksang Them Lekaida. Adom gi Yumda, Changraba Yadraba Potlam Sing. Amadi, Angangi Sanapot, Makas Una Panganzeri.
Adom the Kariguma mobile Matau Taraba. Mobile ma Anovo Labigin can be raba. Adobe Tarabadi, Santos Electronics, Singjamai Leksang Them Lekai. Miam with the Mukta, Tong Lao Hang to Lady. Bakal Kudimuki mobile Kudimuk Pungigani. Adosu Kariguma Domna, loan in the EMI the TV regalo big herbasu, loan you Kudong Sabas Pijeri.
Santos Electronics, Singjamai Leksang Them Lekai.
From the SKTV Group of Raj Nongthombam, welcome to yet another edition of Beyond Headlines. Manipur gi Haujik Lairiba Irang May Gitang Ahum 2023 Hokiba Madugi Mamangda Malimpumgi Ona coronavirus ki outbreak amana oiraga maram oiraga Kuigi Manipuria una India Pumbasda Adugamaru in Manipur Yam Chauna Kuigi business the trade the border gi trade have Tari Myanmar Leramba Adumna business ki lalu letik thabak se punglep lepaga dum lakhibani aduga coronavirus ki outbreak se 2020 dagi horga khara safare 21 harpai timing aswai sita 21 gi february gi tang amadagi amuk koi yumno nariba Myanmar hai leba sida Myanmar gi military na makhoi gi elected government se ku tawrogam da military na pai hi badagi adu matung da tongan ba khulai pai ba mayam na military gi lenga se gi mayok ta irang hort pana maram werga madudagi chatharak pa lan hai batare maduna maram werga Myanmar se disturb oi ba state am oi ba Maduna Marmoraga Myanmar Amadi, India, Habiti Manipurga, Tauramba, border trade, Naching Mayam, Basiloina Mak, Lepagalerakiba, Manipur the Sung Irang, Megitang, whom they lack to stay Manipur, the Sud disturb Wakiman Marmoraga, who border trade completely shut down Torga, Lake Hibagi Pima Malakmani, Adubu, Laiba Pim Masida, Myanmar the Sung, Arang Dagi, Aduga Haukiba, December Gitang Kunganipan, January Gitang Karamatoi, January Gitang Kungamanga, the Myanmar da, Makoi, Mikal Pangtokra Matunda, Ngarang Si. Koigi military gi chief oiriba koigi ong min koigi min ong lang zi ma si makata na president oina khalle habigi wakhum sila ai adu yam tuna che olum gi manungda president di inauguration su tawrgani habi wakhum chimula re aduna president amala ai election pangtho khare Myanmar se stable oiren lobu yabra habigi wakhum chimu mayam lai aduna tamna honglagli basina maram oiraga hujiki border trade oibi ai aduga koi hujik lairiba hanagi ari ba trade oibi ai anong mayonda kai karam mongdi yengjen ba yabai habi tongan option lai economically Manipur si amna phium chadaba mom de lairiba ne dubu masigi nongpok thongsi hangakpu targadi border trade sin thina tobanga mak targadi aduga Manipur na koi ASEAN country tara siga koi India ga habitare achoba India Bangladesh songi saruk singa siga connecting oiba land am oiraga yam chauna hairiba Lalo litiki thabak sida achoba role ama play tawba dugalam dam asida su industrial henba lam dam asigi miyam da su employment generate tawdan lam dam asida khara do su economically sapabu erakadra haibagi miyam na yam chawn hope lebani haiba hope singa du makhata na mangphaun bangam gadori haibge tongan wahang sing lai haiba tongan ba trade ka mari leina ba wahang sing sigi matang sida wari sana butam tang si beyond headlines ki edition the links in the lebirabasi haiba Kogi Southeast Asian countries sing asigi marakta leiba kogi business ki maram thin study to wiriba and also geopolitics habitar lamdam asigi geopolitics su ahen ba meng thambiri ba study to wiriba dum ba kogi oja MCCI Manipur Chamber of Commerce and Industry ki secretary wiriba oja Haorokcham Anil ni oja Anil Bhutan Lokchari welcome to Beyond Headlines.
Thank you aha number to the thank you for having me in your wonderful show aduga yembiriba punamaksu Manipur Chamber of Commerce and Industry ki maiki digi
Thank you, Zah. Very recently, Zasu, Myanmar, the business ki delegation, have Taramaducha, we have a pause to Pangere, Adu Matang, the Sotum, Tambiro, Zadu Boziki, and breaking news, have Tare. Myanmar, the president, election Pantokra, Matunda, Huziksi, President do Kale, Mogi military, Chief Senadum, President, Werganing, Arang, President ki election to Matam, the man of vote Masingsi Ampangdana, Habiti, President ki candidate, whom Tokumatam Sidamana, vote Masingsi chamanga marifu mari gi manungda chamari gan kunga mapan phangdana mana president oiragani adu chelo magi manungda install su torgani have you often single after adu bahan su sahi manga 2021 military coup torboten hoji phawsu mana adu more or less president mong du su leri ni makha tan hoji democratically elected mase democratically fasad ama kan have su mase democratically to bunate aduga makhoi gi lam township mayam amada 330 township manungda 260 khadad mekhal pangtok pani township humputere ter mekhal pangtok panate aduga makhoi gi yamna moroi political party ongsa chuchi gi party oriba NLD National League of Democracy sisu ben tokselaga mekhal yahan basaru yahan manate democratic oiba mekhal oigide democracy gi oiba democratic oiba lengang nate laktu se habagi wafum su dumak leitab dinate atuna honglak leba hong musina maram oiraga akoi gi more da leiramba akoi gi trade haba tare to khogi act as policy araga hoji trilateral khogi India Myanmar Thailand highway leiriba summa kaladan project ki mom phawno hairiba mayam singa si tamna tamna mom phawno pa yar pi position si कोई प्रेसिडेंट खला बस म्यांमार की सीधा तुम यंग भी आबी बरकमाई थम्बे
रस कैनोनी आई आर्टिकल में यहाँ ना भूंगी the end of emergency in Myanmar will this be a new dawn of Northeast India है तो का अखोनी यंग भी यारी से whatever माकी core of the माकी government की system दा who runs the government अदु माकी मनुकी issue ने बो अखोनी उसी यंगे सी यामना development में लाई सी करीनो है कांडर राज strict military rule amadigi people's representative government amalakuneba aduna somehow ngarang gitari bo paudu is a very good news for all of us aduga akhoi ga tangishna Asian region da Myanmar ga yumno riba kudimak su loina maharaw bo phongongani because akhoi na loina pami na khangnari ni military rule se kanam ta pamanate a democratic form of government is loina pamani but there were allegations the hojing lai government see legitimization of the military rule ni democracy within the clock of military hands haina was but whatever the circumstances the akhoi na uri di ngasi ngarang April gi 3 president ama oina min ong lang come as a civil president on lakosi it's a very very positive steps te han lobam tui and I congratulate to the people of Myanmar as a people of India oina hanam da hininge daga makhatar ko da khoina yengduri se min online presidentship ki military ki digi president olapakan se da what effects akhoi na kari Manipur da natragan India da natragana Myanmar ga loina riba Asian regions saina da overall sigi regional khoi gi dynamics the kari change lakadagi IBC it is a very 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 important things to be discussed ne public to thamning is because Myanmar is kari no have consider we all know Myanmar gi strategic location is very very important from the perspective of India's look is I guess policy from the perspective of China Myanmar economic corridor from the perspective of ASEAN India China ASEAN and India marakta lainari bi marakta mana centrally located over position ama lawrani na whatever government comes in the Myanmar it will have a direct impact on the regionals and the periphery the area so loina laweba adana handa kano na people of Myanmar na after a long time democratic form of government la ko see it's a welcoming ni it's a positive step ni haina ihan hana ai thamsege
ado ba hujiki township humpu go tare tamikal su pangtok tab su myam leri ado koi ga tainari ba Manipur Mizoram swai gi koi 1643 kilometers India gi border tainari ba Myanmar gi sar have ta sigi region sing asida dum masi moi democratically elected government amal leri have ta ga su hairi bi area sing asida dum disturb orgadi asagi border trace ma khata na effective oi bangam godori India gi act as policy je mang phau no bangam godori pang asagi trilateral highway ga se effectively use to bangam godori have wahang amadi
area maduni khoi am concerning factor oi se because adaki election se khoi noin khangi not all assembly constituency in Myanmar's election tawgideba there are many areas controlled by the ethnic arms organization akhoi gi sagyang haigedra jagang haigedra kashin haigedra sina sinataba area khara deso the eastern region of Myanmar gi kayin gi karin gi the shan gi manung gi wa gi tang gi lerima myam sing election tawde but even if they do elections or not hojik represent tawriba figures in the day tapadi moisi democratically moisi absolute number magnatar sumai majority pangakanda government changi have never aduna ai hoji pokti am kan khangdre how many countries including our India natrakana atopa country kya digi congratulatory notes and acceptance kya lake hadu di ai sam ki one di phangde but lakpham thopani di khalle aduna khoina concern oire idi why Jaigyang why Kashin why change the perspective the important why they know because India gi 1991 da how given Lugis policy ko Lugis policy say India gi obligatory moves ne ai mamang da sukara hijack rabni kari gi no kan da 1990 the end of the Cold War gi Cold War lo gi USSR kai gi ba aduga the loan haigedra India gi yamna maru a strategic partner USSR kai raba matung da India gi economic suddenly collapsed out pa masi suddenly collapsed out is kari na mu enhance to ge kanda matam da talk about Gulf War India gi 1990 the UN United Nations na talk about led by the United States of America ko Britain tor land to gi matam sida India su huji soi din na ko the state of homeless to thau lak pa kari ting bakanda Indian community sok tam yam su eba but matam da di amena soi India si USSR kai thoki ba Iraq Iran gi war da thau lak ki da matam sida India gi economy si khoina data yem bakanda balance of payment for foreign trade it retains for only 3 weeks some around 1 billion rupees ko malai bijane ada India si on the burst of economic collapse ne pukai kai do matam ne ba ada matam gi government na is immediately logis policy tawrakanda India gi policy me adopt to gi ba LPG ko we koina haini se LPG si liquefied khoi gi petroleum gas to natiko khoi gi LPG ne stand to is liberalization privatization and globalization happening aduna ASEAN gi region no riba Singapore se India gi one of the biggest financial investor ni through FDI other India gi open up close economy leram digi matam da open up torpa kan da ASEAN de riba conversing si yam important oi gi especially Singapore adigi threat tong nor ko da Vietnam Thailand sing important oi ba the high riba mayam sing si ke do ge kan India ni cham cham na logis policy chang ko dagi in the gradual stage of akhoi gi samnar pa kan da India gi su strategy se enhance taw re so 1991 da ina khan ba kan da logis policy declare taw kan da to pa mayam tor ko ne but 1992 the India ASEAN interaction ji hore the India first hojiki now is 11 member nation ni ko ASEAN se matam da 7-8 ko nation ga oiram gi ni loin even hoi gi thang na ba Myanmar si bo yaudre Myanmar comes in 1997 there and 1991 92 si the India become a sectorial partner of the ASEAN si ore sectorial partner man mean to sector khara da in the ASEAN ji hore karma sector ma kan da economy and tourism ne number 1 hore is then later on khoi methan the dialogue partner or pakan di ke dawi India si it becomes a more of a strategic partner like economies adigi securities politics sang ba hore now India si later on this full strategic partner oi ra bani and marak sidani ba thok ri mayam sing ji India gi logis policy 2014 the aegis policy masi bu implement tong no honor ko the series of akhoi gi thabuk mayam pai khale ba say for example BIMSTEC po haro adigi India Myanmar Thailand trilateral highways haro starting from border town of Thailand adigi Burma gi Myanmar masi the series of Haorokanda Mandalay Haorokadini Kale Haorokan Manipur lakadini ba then again Manipur gi among again Bangladesh and Kolkata ka phakadini ba sigi mayam singje matam de step torpa kan sida India realize India sina kari gumba akhoi gi strategic partner amoy ki haita di not only trade and investment katana yar oi people to people connect over ma yam important oreva because India gi so two ways plan number one is ASEAN ga India ga economic integration to cultural hana more likely cultural problem me am to reunite torpa adik amana kai do consider Chinese influence over the ASEAN regions, Southeast Asian region, and how to counterbalance through trade and economy, through strategic partnership, the importance of land route connectivity is developed. And in this case, Northeast power kanda. ASEAN region ASEAN India samna and important like sim kanda important or especially Manipur and Manipur quite important or is More towns because More is More is the only gateway never ICP status land custom station natabuko integrated checkpost la kanda the whole of the matamdugi 10-member ASEAN Libakanda India ga land border match is only to More Tamu and hence More Tamu is one of the most strategic location from the perspective of India ASEAN relationship aduna hojiksu dum important ori ko oi tabnati am ka hen oi adu bo khoina nungnangi di hariba doki mati important oi bu singsa akhoi adum important oiraga without converting into anything khoi benefit phang da bida khoi mang gidra ha bi nungnang sim tholeba because kai maram gi no regional politics number 1 gi Myanmar gi instability Manipur da instability in Manipur itself aduna nai sai horpat ai hajiri do Myanmar gi
stable or pase
democratic stable oiba government am lak pase it's a very khoi gi kai hangi yam motivating oiba khoi da pungning thogot pa oina uiba but we do not know Myanmar gi history paragadi starting from the 1948 once to 1962 da choba series of coups adigi NLD ham board kar kanda board sarkar pahen gi daba then again series of agitation 888 kind tawri ko then again NLD lame then again 2021 the board tawre then again yeah dinam into it then again 3 years batung da mo handak live democratic form chineba I wish sigi governments na dam stable oiba mo porpo oidra Manipur amadi Myanmar Manipur amadi Asian connect tawdo mayam singsa hen important oiba mo oisan u haidana I like korum chaningi because our fate lies on the destiny of the Asian regions now.
Asian regions.
Yes, because quite geography the so Raj khai yengam change. India not entire northeast say akoina mainland India the some is a border ki area si kya roi kanda. It's only 2% there. The rest of the 98% is having a border with other foreign nations there, like Bangladesh, China, Bhutan, and especially the longest one is the Burma. Aduna when Burma da thaba me tholopa kanda we have directly or indirectly affects the economy of the northeast region. This is the question which I are and whatever the case amabu oire let the Myanmar be settled first and we have a cordial relationship with the Myanmar. Then only then akhoi ngasai gi egis policy through land route akhoi kanabo phanga ka doine otherwise sigi marak sida leiragadi whatever the potentials might be akhoi kanabo phangna to mangi bi yai si haidana ina nong hanaba nate si aina haijari simaram ji kan kan the public ki domain da what is lying inside this area si can see highlight kha tawjabneba we have a lot of potentials we have a lot of things to be converted into benefits of the people adu karma benefit economy the seamless integration of culture and people to people haiba mayam sing to oirak na bane
okay adu hujik ozana yam importance hai batare lenga ma stable oiba lenga ka ma Myanmar da lak pase kyam na maru oi and also importance of khogi border trade particularly tamu amadi mori ani gi marakta leri border trade yam na maru oi ha gi homne gateway aduga mori na khogi gateway oiri ha gi to the Southeast Asian countries ASEAN countries mayam sing sida maru oina aduna adagi kitang ka hatar magi puwari da haga trak border trade tamu amadi mori gi puwari kitang interesting oi ba koina khangba yap kagi
mori si by data da ina sum hangal pa jab ko se ahan gharan ta amda mori outpost la pa kanda adigi thana hamba kanda pofam phambi amala ami adigi kai no sum sangdor ko wari chu khari liba ko but atopa perspective tena koina mori si comment of the trade ki center mo olai no ai kanda Myanmar inside Myanmar is important no hai 1962 da there was a massive coup in Myanmar General Navy na lit tawrakanda yam chawwa tawgi aduga 1964 da man coup tawra matung da yamna Burma ki centric oiba magi policy on paikaleba adune khoina koigi Burmese way to socialism haise or in short mi kharana Burmanization haina si yawi ko sidai sida the whole economy I think the whole institution may am sing the way private lerami hadi British India the lerami ba matama the democratic Burma the lerami it has all been converted into the koigi state ki no in all socialism podoina say bank become the koigi state ki industries become the state ki even the priests pau the state on toragani state no on to the ba na state no declare to the ba pau phong pa yadi matam the massive exodus of Indian people by means Indian origin people matam da legi ba ko mo legi ba mayam sing ke dewi mayam sing se airlines ta Kolkata do holokpa Tamilian sing Chennai do holokpa Thailand the Chin gi ba even Chin gi kangu me US ta gi ba hanak kano da kari lal doma chala ga nganguri ba mayam sing do sumai ta udna Tamil kharasi aduga Bihari khara Tamil khara chikidoi Mori rom de sele hai adana 1960s ki period ta masigi la iba kango singsiga along with the indigenous people singsiga pulaka da Mori ki border trade chi hauri e the border trade hai gadra natra gana hoi ki trade ki activities haur ko chi sai bai di hauri hai dana hoi ki history ya khanga hi sing na dum ta pi ba adabu hojik ti matamam da informal oramba trade to kadawi hojik ti formal trade all up ne by the year 1994 the agreement signed down which was expedited in 1995 first border trade agreement signed away with the tradable item of 22 tradable items hai di Burma ki tumu ga natragana India ki Mori ki marakta natragana indigenous people living around the proximities of the two borders say for the tradable tormis only two items never formally tawu yar mi se but to akhoi na tormi si yamna nuai bo mongda nati in the form of barter system ne there was porko onaba ni service ko onaba ngakte ne ba adubu akhoi na khanga dawu ji Raj way back before 1994 even akhoi gi chahi sina angang ori ge matam sida tumu da chatlaga Chinese good adiki Thailand gi good Japanese good Korean good sing akhoi leiba horab ne that means border trade sida India amadi Myanmar gi pochi finalize tawdring e matam digi hona the third party countries they already existed aduga the role of third parties product in the economy of the states hana dum legram ne but no one talks about it
third party products
third country products
third country ki products
hoi
maruina
China gi Japan matam da Japan gi Taiwan gi lam even akhoi bokta akhoi na anga macha digi pakhang phar kanda Taiwan da sabo khong foreign com se ko tong but that product say akhoi na Mori digi like it was not manufactured by the Burmese government it was a third party country product never but like bak thiri di kai du kan sida border trade system chawhole ko ai wari si gi sequence sum lije gi genesis 2008 ta akhoi kano tawri formalization of trade chum haure adi adigi matam da 22 digi 42 ra kano increase tawri ko adugi matum
tradable items
sum increase tawri kun ma hapchale sum yam khole but no third party country
okay
but matam diri hona third party khoi gi Mori gi market Mompauna gi market Singjamai market Thawal market me am si yem biwa even the market of Guwahati even the market of Kohima lo yem biwa these are flooded by the Chinese product
beyond 42 tradable items da
much more but India ge finally khoi da yare is a 62 point agreement ne 2015 da barter system je to like the general foreign trade through RBI notification to kan da khoi to khreba now we go to the normal trade koi paisa gi transfer system da tawdana letter of credit ke cpna da lobo haureba that was 62 items hojibok leriba 62 items ne ba but khoi na hangdori di 62 items da Manipur gi trade da volume of trade ki am tawrge then again illegal trade ta tawriba haga illegal makti hanging ko unofficially tawriba trade
informal
way trade me jing jing biwa but volume naina tata scholar article lam pa bukanda when volume kano gi official trades in some around 35 crores ko bataw bukanda amadu to 1500 to 2500 crores gi exchange of trade mostly 99.99 import away sigi area sidani ba ina handak chachurriba Burma gi khoi Indian ambassador da ina pau tamjar missing se
okay
kari you know that when something cannot be controlled why don't you take up the idea of regulation
yes
adi control it tawsong ngamdreba at any cost songam jungam do mande nam songam de aduga dum poti dum changi economic dum changi bako but why not considering the concept of regularization have adanga sagi Raj Nongthombam trilateral highways when the basic question hanging is trilateral highways ke the visharino what is the purpose because anything see purpose samgi makhada saba purpose samgi makhada close down purpose samgi makhada reopening like to banga tene IMT se karino hai kan the main purpose is a seamless integration of the Asian nation with India through Myanmar Mori si chatlo hai ne but the question is Thailand ga khoi ga tawnari ba trade Burma ga khoi ga tawnari ba trade
yes
Vietnam ga khoi ga tawnari ba trade or as a ASEAN is a unit tawnari ba trade si am chawe se aham ba hawro pa kan da India engagement with ASEAN way back some 2-3 decades back. But had formalized already after entering into India ASEAN free trade agreement la akan dane ba boom tawraga engagement kang chau rei se adu sim batam da su oi mayam du legre akoi ne hen yoluba natraga moi ne hen yolakwa habi potum di tongan ba ne but the engagement is limited engagement la abane kan ma khan la even tariff 0% la ine ba the 70% of the 12,000 tariff lines high with the public im sim duk chegi ko 12,000 tariff lines kan 12,000 distinct items of tradable items I never.
Tariff am to log deals.
See the tariff 70% discount of
70% discount.
70% tariffs da. But special khara di dum lahu wi ko. But more than 70% ke da 0 to 4% da khoi trade tong nari ne.
Okay.
The India policy to zero trade kano trade policy the trade mayam tong nari ba. Yam thanari ba port ko. So mayam thanari hojik si ke da 120 billion US dollar yaur abne ba. The question is Manipur ki look is policy da Northeast and Manipur से vital ni core of the India की इसी की foreign policy नहीं है बा बहुत क्या लाख रखे बा to move
yes
why filtering down to 62 tradable items अखोई ने सीधे इस तक कतंग हराव रले इसी करी ही नो Manipur दा लाख पे याद दा port में हम then again ASEAN की वाली तो खर्ची को Manipur दा चंगे में हम Chinese product आते ले maximum Chinese product अखोई Chinese product फटी है lady dum lay because my gi cash khoi ke hai ni value money yeng bakan de yam cheap khoi lai ba lam ni ko khoi high quality product do khoi afford ngam de but we also want to enjoy some goods khoi gi sasta aur sundar hai tar hindi dam hai ni na sasta sundar majbuti ga hani na majbuti wari ki to kho sasta aur sundar di si po yam yaw ri ba but people living in this property line me ma'am sing sigi maning thom ri tikida we this sasta and sundar si dem yawi and Chinese product sing ji na hang ni si Manipur gi poch out the lot to you know why it has been completely restricted on the border trade number 1 sim ko then number 2 akoi na hang ni ngai se if India and China si trade tau dra that is okay fine India ga tau nei trade si di nang akoi na decadal record yam ban tra kan year wise yam kan da 100 pam to yaw de ba
India China ki trades
is wang khalai ne ba last to 24-25 ta 120 billion US dollar tong na me hoji 150 US billion tau trade tau that means I know chang to na haibam le whether India is our friend or enemy khoi gyan tarak trade dum tawi ko ai custom tax dum lawrong gani khoi ai na Manipur da ASEAN gi India China free trade agreement like tabani na keso kai okay fine but let the goods become and in khoi lobom thopa World Trade Organization na pi ba most favored nation gi tax to PBI keso kai dina chang ko kai problem le adu ai na changani ngi si ai na China support to gi wari na te ba Raj I'm an Indian I'm born as an Indian I will die as an Indian I Indian interest I should feel the way but at the same time akhoi gi interest is may have the filter of changi basic question hat tari the if you buy things from our own product or from the imported things akhoi liable of the am the concern or is kai whichever gives more balance in your pocket that's also a considerable point
those wazan thabi ba uzigi wafam sing hatar maruina China ga India gi trade volume hatar si yam chauba India ki second largest business partner se China no number 1 the US ne lerga aduna sai 130 plus billion dollars se hi mada transaction to mare pot lei re ayam mana China dai di import ngatne jo hai aduna koi trade deficit lei yam chauna du hum dilere aduna du jerga sen adu sai ki ASEAN countries se koi Myanmar Thailand Laos Cambodia Singapore Malaysia Indonesia Brunei Philippines lei ri mayam sing asida sigi collective oiba volume su 120 plus billion dollar crore si business hi me taw hai si trading adu yam chauba trade volume amma hari ba China amadi ASEAN region sing degi tawri adu ngasai gi khoi border trade tamu phawraga khoi more phawraga tawbugi ke no simdi pura completely for the last 5 akhoi irang thopasi gi manung da su adu gi mamang su udre ha tare uriba mem si informally ngasai moin palle ba 120 30 dollars se da yaudra ba to mina sang po ngata ne hata illegal hai tar amrom da aru targa de sigi trade me amse ASEAN country ga tawnari ba trade China ga tawnari ba trade se Manipur da masigi footprint leiti hai ga tor krai de gi tawri ba trade se bypass tawri hai dor ba duna usigi koi border trade se ngasi bhaw open to bangam de hai dor kamai thambi dun so area se
Rasmusi ka critical di oi haibu ko smugglers hands and smugglers ways di thing da khara wa po ne because when there is an acute producer among demand ga ani leiba kan da no one can stop in between haibu ne other than chat king ne
right
aduna pami di khoi na darka le di ras aina sum nangi question kitang na tai na kon ba kan da lai bo pon me am sing je what's wrong in regulating haibu ne khoi na sai panjagi ba 1500 to 2500 crores lai have adi tragic ta we have Sigi port ki paisa me am singji kadai legi kan che da it never goes to the state account the tax on suja chatra never it never goes to the tax account of Manipur it never goes to the tax of the government of India the cash flows remains with the illegal hands I get unofficial hand of the labor whereby contributing nothing to the GDP Manipur ki state account the kem te lekti ba when khoi am concern over area amna raj karing kan da finance commission hali se chahi manga gi all over taxes to lakho paisa me am sing si or another source to lakho paisa sing si koi state amadi center kamai yanani that we call the vertical tax devolution ko hujipudi 15 and 41% lai bane then again 41% ji ki manung da 15 finance commission the parameter may am piri adugi matung ina parameter khoi gi phangi me am ji matung ina state na bisha kya phang de gi si yawi ba then again 16 finance commission handa ki 1st April le hawli se series ke do ke da Manipur gi am lai thi se 15 ka finance commission the 0.73% of the 41% che si ke do ke kan ji da 16 finance commission the 0.70.6 kumba handa ya thereby almost 0.9 to 0.1% hande the 0.1% is yam so paisa ne India gi Nirmala Sitharaman project tau gi ba khoi gi tax gi matung ina di Manipur da 1% gi value is 2200 crore gum le and si chahi manga de kya le 2200 into 5 in some around 14000 crores si 14% crores khoi Manipur the state hena lambe ya paisa ne ba plus state economy se kar ka but nothing has been done okay government ki policy le ram gani ko law and order ki kari so many le ram gani but law and order khag yeng ngai da akhoi ki for the last 76 years or 77 years khoi na sida Manipur as a state among le ra kan sida akhoi ki msi kana ba si manghala dra bi concept ne that is one side second side am da akhoi na yeng du si geopolitically yeng kan da Manipur si kadai le gi yeng gon changi and akhoi me biam yeng ko geography ta me but Manipur gi me northeast me te ke hoina akhoi paktho changtho si kya yeng de Manipur is strategically kya important ho ge kan da BC gi matam da forget about AD BC gi matam da Southern Silk Road haidana SSR haidana Manipur si United States ki Han state ki pochi trading tor Manipur power Afghanistan power kan Central Asia mayam chatling neba si aina haibena teba jo kana historians in yaurabani archaeological evidences ni kari gino kan da madi trade route ka da power window kan it is permitted by the geography it is permitted by the population living over here haidi matam de trade si di ai nge si pungani plane pai ro na teba thama tru changdana mi lising mari manga lakdana matam de wa thadana cheng thong thadana ta adana leidana even charo morong no le matam de trade taw na chali ne ba Manipur si ke da we kan da matam de gi China gi hoji Yunan gi side le bi te gi Afghanistan power India power the shortest route ne ba adu matak te su maitai si tari ba belly te tari bi mi me am sing se oasis in the kariba middle of the desert among the barbarous people ka hai mai am lei ba that means akhoi si ke da we si trade route strategy or is from the geographical point of view from the population and civilization point of view de lei ba aduna kedawi any project or pakan IMT mo hire ne ka IMT Manipur da the lugis policy Manipur power is kai no kan da it's mainly because of the geography rapterin me am dom te lekti Manipur the belly phau de ni slow mountain kari high ridges na taba sloppy mountain power tan na chakra kan ta world ki most populous population में हम connecting bridge ने बा सी की मरते ने बा Manipur से the global map of international map ता every route ये पता Manipur power Imphal village power का is by the geographical position ने बा सी की geographical position कोई कमाई ना मांगन के दगी कमाई ना अरे मांगन ले से कमाई तो ना कोई convert हो दगी है कि कोई की political vision political aspiration and with political pressure में पी बचाएंगे है बा aduna aina mayam da hijin ingi si akhoi politicians sing de chaibi wafam din che di sing area si khoi theng da budung na tau tau ye ba
whereby actors policies su was completely mangphang no ipm su leitri akhoi gi हाइबीरिबा कोई ट्राइलेटरल इंटरनेशनल कोई इंडिया म्यांमार थाईलैंड की ट्राइलेटरल हाईवे से कंप्लीट विद 70% दी कंप्लीट हो रहा है कोई इंडिया रोंग की साइड कोई मोरे की साइड से मो कंप्लीट हो रही है इम्फाल तो मोरे लो रहे अदुगा कोई म्यांमार की सरक अयामना मोगी म्यांमार द लेरिबा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट से नंबर मोर इवन थोंग हुंफु मापनसु सागतबसु साद्री अदुगा अयामना दो आइदुरी यादर ले रहे थाईलैंड रोंग की साइड मेसोर फाउगी इराई लाइन यारे है monthly onwards mesor phau bisu lambi ayam na yare habi hum le adu koi kaladan project kisu palet wa to zorinpui mizoram se sibo ki land route ki sark se sisu mu loidan le aduna kaladan project kisu incomplete orga leiba adu gang sai gi IMT su incomplete orga leiba sigi film de le hai tare adu taragadi ngasai gi border trace yam na possible oiba magi potential yam na chauna leiba manipur si khujik su adum कांग थांग हाइदे मोरे हाइब तार मसे कांग थांग ओइना दुम लई हाइगे दोरिब्रा नत्रगा मसे इंटेंशनल डिजाइन ओइना सु येंगबि आब क्वाइट
अनि म येंगबि याइरा पर्सपेक्टिव से अखोइना अमा खतंग येंगबुदि चुम दबो मानते हाइदि different angle digi yengam changiba aduna adugi analysis to lactring ani am to haibam lei Manipur is a place of strategic location but with a cumulative deprivation have I use the word cumulative deprivation have because mesi gi architect ama yaur prahavi chingnabam leiba because ngasai panbi gi ba 62 or 69 bridges la khoina tumu tu kalewa saga
69
short distance of somewhere around 90 kilometers from Taneba sade law and order oiramgani ko but beyond that law and order like bra to hoye mun changi
law and order ki mamang disu sadana
dum laiba ai chatle ko ani rom la adum sadde ba why because I don't know adugi reason to the only the concerned authority might have the correct answers but akoina pamadi si sabiro haibne saro aduga akoi connectivity found se haibne
yes
ada si is matak ta amusu nuai disi kai no kan khwai de hena nuai tv IMT nativa Raj akoina 2012 13 sai with the Bangladesh ki economist Professor Rahman Sabahan hai man design torumba project amale economic corridor ma initially it was called Kunmin initiative kawi K2 kesu hai means Kunmin to Kolkata hai bene
Kunmin to Kolkata koi BCIM han hai
BCIM economic corridor se masi BCIM hai ding the Kunmin initiative
Kunmin hore edana
Kunmin de hore edana because sigi pandem si kai no kan sida Bangladesh aduga khoigi economically isolated over northeast India Myanmar and the landlocked places of China ki Yunnan se masi economically seamless integration ama tawse habne adu sigi pochi ke dawi haudi haurame adugu my pocket but khoina thawai no tri kari no kanda haribe rochi ke dawi kan se da Bangladesh ki Dhaka di hauraga Kolkata di hauraga Dhaka Sylhet Silchar, Imphal, More, the same IMT route up to Kalewasi already. Then up to Mandalay wo yaw doineba. Then Mandalay tiki
Kunminglom jakhibe wan.
Kunminglom da Mushe really Lasio really Kunming jakhi doineba. Ada chida ino khwai nuai ri handak chalu daina fel taw ri si kai no kanda. IMT is starting from Mesot Miyawadi hauraga so Mandalay the time.
Yes.
Really ki hojiki BCM IM economic corridor si jo kai dewi Kunming di hauraga Mandalay at the time. Now Mandalay become a more strategic place of Manipur ki lifeline chisi da Manipur to. Hen important already. Koi ngasi de sahi chatu ki mamang hai gadra chami chang mamang chakhiba. Mai tei mayam sing si gi khunda bam de. That is a more strategic Indian diaspora ki quite a strategic location chi Mandalay ne. Aduna ke dewi Mandalay become the confluence of two economic corridor ne. Aduga Pudhela economic corridor and Inchikadawi, Moritamu power Imphal Akaduniba, which can give enormous potential to the state economy and the nation's economy, Changadoneva. But deprivation higedra, destiny higedra, still it cannot be converted in anything good.
Adu si Kunming initiative na tragang sa BCIM corridor se. Masi materialize to bungam gidrisi, masi koina Indiana back out to badi hoge to if Indiana back out of the uta the kari reason dagi back out
dagi back out to reason the political region am khagle one happening in Jammu and Kashmir ko another in Kanone Manipur ne the part of the country na hoi ko related badi loin le kano the kano si BCM economic corridor se am kan hor matung the China na part of the BRI haidana magi part of BRI the
Belt and Road Initiative
ki part amane declare tawreba wherein they want to project some around 40-50 big project railways project roadways project infrastructure project mayam plan taromeba because China ki they always want to have an access to the Bay of Bengal China itself herself haitare has a limited coastline never. My geopolitical angle yem kind of Bay of Bengal se pass tongningi, my market expansion tongningi, adana my Belt and Road Initiative to Yahweh. But like the Belt and Road Initiatives India totally opposed to Belt and Road Initiative.
Okay.
You know I consider Belt and Road Initiative the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Part of the POK, Pakistan occupied Kashmir, including the presently going to Tasil to Saskam Valley, Haorokcham China ki Jinjang province sangi doing neba. But POK the India claims or India we treated as a sovereign place of India neba. Adana Indiana BRISC once accept authority indirectly we accept the Pakistan occupied Kashmir. It's a place of Kashmir. Adana sigi geopolitical interest the way akhoi India it's almost back out. It's the ED high it's almost back out. Adana China is the way Indiana Bangkok to Tawa BCI ki participatory India anirak yaruti adana. They have cancelled all those projects and then they have started this project through China CMEC the Chao Phu Port power chakri ne and kanana like cumulative deprivation adana yung BCI economic corridor salamaba IMT ki sulamaba what would be the fate of Manipur se koi fortnightly since the way aba koi potential du neba but no doubt koi puning handabdi andam thokte because I na sure rasam to na hijaba political aspirations and differences may comes and go, may come and go, may comes and go. But the geography can change. Adana hojiki strategic locations change the way we dream that our relationship with our neighborings we develop at the epitome of the relationship the lako India China relationship phagalapo India Myanmar in the India ASEAN relation parakanda hojiki laiba hoigi strategic locations will be converted into the benefit of the people of Manipur I say nasi soidana khoi laigani haibasi khoi sigi puning ache pithajarakanda ngasi dagi hongna khoi the preparatory works and steps along with the clear vision of the khoi work to bom thoe natragadi even if law and order all relations established also madugi at the fullest kana the lobong toy and people in the hanging see sigi preparatory can watching see kana lomina see I thumbing
India China gi mari say adum mayamna phatta winning targasu koi chahi gi India China ani gi business trade ki volume yang targadi ani ji mari am phayena lobong thokra India gi largest trade partners, the second largest trade partners is China.
Maybe first in a very years.
Number one or whereas China ki magi number one business partner hai trade partner se. She's in ASEAN countries in where my trade volume say $1 trillion dollars se. Masi hell hai the sahim. Adu India na ASEAN country ka tamnari ba chahiye magi trade volume sidi yam peak hai tanga sai $120 billion adam tare adana khena se 9 times mo 9x times China na already tawrugal hai to ASEAN countries ida China gi achauba magi business ki trade se phajana leher bani na akoi gi India gi kaladan project po ero sai IMT wo ero koi karam na koi India gi trade sai tare ASEAN country ga magi trade volume su chau bana ti adana masi karam haina hena chaur ka ge China kamaina compete to duino aruga compete to bhaisi ngasai gi ani ji gi marakta phato mari leina na tab apho mari leire na dum logduini adon ngasai gi asonda China ga toramba mari mayam do magi business trade mayam do son gi khutang do sudum torpa yabagi mong sudum uya ta
taseng budi kano Raj ASEAN in the free trade agreement scheme ani ne
okay
IT ga bam dei IT sa bam dei IT ga sina India ASEAN trade in goods and services goods agreement amana adui matung chahi manga le kanda IT sa nong taw service agreement ko why because ka ina kanda ASEAN India ki trade deficit am thatin chawe
okay
free trade agreement le kanda India wants to compensate the India ki upper hand se like ina kanda the services sector India is quite ahead adana sai mangi we deficit sing to complementary whenever India na chu IT sa si tawe IT service sector taw kanda total trade volume sigi deficit si kana widening taw mo das kana khoi gi picture na ba haitare adu gi pot tawe but luri ba question di now India India agree to let's review the India Asia trade IT ga se in ASEAN India trade in goods agreement se si India si kan review to ni kai no kan si da ma gi laiba gap se sem na for 9 billion se hima ngal 40 billion hen na gap chaureba but whereas India consider tawri se sigi port myam sing se ASEAN country di sabanati Chinese ki company sing si ASEAN de le rakanda ASEAN sing the connector country or consider Chinese products through ASEAN the yolapani haidana India na kan low sar su tawi aduna ka India rules of origin se kan strictly enforced our logics. ASEAN goods in minimum 35% of the goods that are coming from the ASEAN should be 35% modified to Hindi add on to Taurakan Tharakatavli, not totally buying and reselling, repackaging to India. See Yaro hadn't away. Other than Aquina Dakali, the ASEAN Katanginati Raj. अखोई मैथिंग अमो इन मणिपुरी अमो इन नॉर्थ ईस्टर्नर अमो इन अखोई इंग्लिश नॉर्थ ईस्ट से कमाइन तौदना अखोई चाखत के दगे हाइब्सनेबा दैट इज माय मेन कंसेप्ट आई डोंट मीन दैट आई अदर पार्ट्स ऑफ द इंडिया से आई नेग्लेक्ट अवे हैबिनेटेबा बट फेडरलिज्म स्ट्रक्चर से लाइबा माई माई स्टेट अमम लेजरिम ना खोजो अखोई इंटरेस्ट कर शो तौताबनेबा मसा इ हारि दो बीआरआई कितंग डिक्लेयर तौरुबदा मणिपुर फंगदरिबा बेनिफिट रोड इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर्स एंड एवरीथिंग मैम सिंग से Jammu Kashmir ki lam show bagine ba khoina somda mangi se but how long are we going to compensate like this akhoi su akhoi ki dream lay akhoi ki own aspiration lay we want our people to develop economically aduga we want to seamless integrate with the akhoi ki neighboring area da akhoi historically hana samnarapa sakku su manaba mayam sing de hen integrate to se mi loi pa ma ngak ne aduna अखोइना पामे दी नॉर्थ ईस्ट रीजन सिंगसी हारिबो पोचिंग सी इनटू कन्वर्टिंग इनटू एक्शंस ऑल ऑफ पकांदा करी मतेंग चंगी विद इट कनो त पॉलिटिकली अखोइना प्रेस तबम चंगी हाइबनी ता खोइ म्याम से खोइ तुमे लेबे नतबो अखोइ पॉलिटिकली हेन ओवर एक्टिव वर कांदा मणिपुर सिगी म्याम सिंग से सी मटेरियलाइज तो बियो खोइ याबन प्रेशर पिबम चंगी मणिपुर यम को राज चाहि मत मोर देन 20000 ग्रेजुएट्स एक्युमुलेट तवरिने and with the rate of job openings in Manipur, me kya thabuk pidori give a graduate tamau loiba me ma'am singji kana ge thamdori give. Adugi mathakta mo pigi Indian ki education system say is not directly applicable for a job. Industry academy linkage say prata lagum bane linkage dilaya na. Hadi what taught in the academic system say koi industry to pasala pai abra kandadi. I don't want to say yes. I mean, I'm doing hanga mangak tene. But then, akhoi only upai di kedawi industrial growth like taba limited resources laiba state ki tax revenue pisapik budget pitapik padadi kedawi. We need to have an alternative expansion room therapota bane. Aduna kedawi the most suitable like kaima kanda. Akhoi ki laiba hoji I guess policy ki makhada koi ki ASEAN region to market access kamai ta with the there is the biggest
adu hoji kari sigi akhoi ki aspiration natra koi sigi ambition ha koi region sigi north east region ki primarily Manipur yoina economically natu lairiba lamdam sigi unemployment ki problem na chungba mayam sing ase tamna khara desu handan gi ha taragadi hoji ki border trade sida koina Yosan Gudamata preparation amadi taugadabani haiba targasu bottlenecks mayam laibugum tauri hai tare but after the coming of Act as policy adugang saigi IMT and Kaladan project hairiba mayam sing asigi conference yenguru matungda wind of change koi gi center ki policy dasu lae na yengadori bra only bottlenecks koi political instability in the northeastern region primarily in Manipur and also in the Myanmar mani yengadori ko maithen
animal game of the three raj.
Okay.
Tashin have a kanduko. When the low and order katak the tiny raga tambudi chumoy. When a hungry ari sing say Petrivigi economic corridor sing saying a scene when you can free of political differences can antelect.
Yes.
Petrivigi 20% Lord Puri was straight of homosexuals in my Kandari. Petrivigi more than 30-40% Puri was straight of Malaga. Everywhere it's a top point. Although threat is dumta way, threat of the MTR way, because no country in this world can stand alone. Amanda dependent on never near. The Amaka dependent on never say number one Zikanadano, trading economy the name. And a trading economy to and the reason Loina Mox Akomina Seva and the Yarway of ID supporting the ID knowing the trade of India Hakado Yaya one day. And therefore, Akoina Palm this young conducive oiba policy ama whereby benefiting all ethnic communities. I mean, Manipur kitang inatiko. Tariba reasons that Tariba may have sing koi common aspiration common kind of financial security and common growth amada based or high put materialize tawdragadi high put kan kanabo phangoi aduna ne ra akoinaga ainaga andak chalubda kan haijarimi se can see IMTC hojik India ge plan it expand to Vietnam, Thailand, Canada, Laos, Cambodia lo Vietnam chatpi ki plan laiba that means India is policy integration si am sound level but quite is so the koi areas the new and the sigi areas the reason the labor missing to understand taw do si akoi machine jung khanna leiba kan mang si kana am natte number 1 people living in the proximity of the area adu atopana ka dawi mapan da tari missing to moi economy loi sola ka dunia no ma hang pe Asian Development Bank de thadai be shame am sing ka dawi kana roi to what policy have you done to restore the law and order ka hang pu chu ya the day la pu chu ya kai no the investment me am sing si kari no shamam dem ta nate the word itself describe investment hai ne because they want something in profit aduna sigi chawra market access Prithvi ki 30% of the population like that access to go road na thadala thambasi international community so yam koi na tume lai to one day later so no adoga akoi gi si conducive environment am lawin ra kanda let the trade we begin over this place the trade si lakpa kanda koi na hangi se BCIM gi natraga na IMT gi oi samna ga dori ba trade cho ba volume train transition highway gi adagi trans khoi national road corridor lakada sida Manipur gi More Tomu gi border trade 62 item da kada we filter down to do no hybrid question
okay adu bujang sai 62 item da kari gi damakta filter down to do no loina ma si kana si yohon gadabni hay targa su uzan hoji ki state of Hormuz ki wafom ya phazabam thambira ko hay tare lan tawri sina mara morge business trade se tawya da badri da chatpe ya da bagi adu control hoji kana na tawri matam da Iran tawri adu Iran na maga ya na ba kangu disalan duri hay tare armai ta udanas ngasagi state of Hormuz ki magi strategic importance mai na koi more gi ju ama importance ama lera bra armai ta udanas koi jina ising chian da bani na state of More highway ya da ju sigi More ji control tawna ba aruga control tawraga mi kharana hojiki hoji Manipur use ongoing crisis se sigi More control gi crisis am oibana maram maraga aduda yab kan go business to we aduda ya da mogi ya da kan go business to we da bi lera bra
so me du gi concept to deny to the net but hawdong na nga cha na nga khudi mo cha hawding ngam moi ho because lay community machamana when the economic flow see Asia gi India gi $120 billion ki trade sida la angle asin community macha mai tai gum na trana cookie gum na trana gam the thing ni gai du Raj it's not it's beyond the imaginable things ne ko thing ngam moi
okay thing ngam adu boje ko to do list hai da checklist way for ko nam hujik lai border trade More Tamu and Ngasagi IMT Ade Kaladan project po hai riba mayam sing sigi ko ye looktis policy si ningte na mang phaunan ba aduga masi mang phauna bada Manipur na More na hai batare lamdam sig region northeast ki miyam na masi chauna benefit to doni economically lamdam masi uplift to bodi am chaw khudong chaw phang du hai tare adu to do list hai ga checklist way for hujik kari to ga kari no prepare to du se legana kari preparation to ga state legana center ki site kari change of कहते हैं steps actions लेके दबा अगर सोना कंगी साइट म्यांमार साइट होंगे इबो म्याम सिंह सी कमाइना मसे कोई चेकलिस्ट हम कमाई सेम बया गदा से
चेकलिस्ट से आई चरप को सुम पंजगे को आई वखंद लाको सिंह से म्यांमार में होजि डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट ला वेल एंड गुड अदगी खोई मणिपुर सु इरान खरा हंदन दुम तोवे अदुगा खोई द याम रोंग कॉन्सेप्ट हम ले मोरे से लंबी चपे याद रहे भी कॉन्सेप्ट हम ले मैती चपे याद है भी लंबी चपे याद है लंबी चपे यारी को हजी मणिपुर लाइव
एक्जेक्टली द स्टेट ऑफ हॉर्मस
सेम थिंग लोइन मुक चपे याद बने वा अदा क्वेश्चन दी लाई दी आइना मपान द वगी म्यांमार की प्रेसिडेंट को आइदी मगी चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स प्रेसिडेंट वाली सने मासे वन टाइम यूनियन मिनिस्टर ऑफ टूरिज्म ओइरमी हाई एनएलडी द को why we want to do a business through the road do you think it's necessary to visit China every time no ai chape ke sum thau yam kan ta de chatra di hin phai ko ai chalu phai but chatra su trade is dum taw di ya because More to Imphal live lampi se is completely blocked na te is blocked for the Meiteis not for the other communities naga chali hoji pudi chatra bhang ko Muslim chali Nepali mel chali ba goti dum chali he ba chatra na ti goti dum chali ko really the gi mushila ko poche hoji shan state ki Iran thok na moi trade disrupt we have but God's consent ada akhoi sigidi just formalization to bakatane ba adana hard days tough days doesn't last long anomo so yana ba porakani porakana normalcy lakani normalcy lakku matanda akhoi gi preparedness kari no akhoi gi vision kari no haidu akhoi establish to hubudane ba yam mathau taris yam kuire rasuji lakku matam yore ko hoji 21 January da napido da phamgi ba joint trade monitoring committee ka India and Myanmar gi matang da main focus PDC modi tumugi trade resume to usi yam kai henna country and isna yam kanna emphasize to gi bone ba aduga mori da leiba ICPC su yam sophisticated oidri third party country la gi check to ba ya ya dia bi issue me am le but these things can be upgraded aduna hoji tumu da su for la kan da check to kan da problem lai hai tumu da su ICP me sabi yo haidana trade monitoring committee da ya nei but the time being aina wari sara ko kan da di tumu gi sari bai matam da mori da lari ba ICP se mori gi customer ne season su land sharing to gi su kai de hai bi gi matam da yaw ba concern authorities loin pole that means there's a possibility of khoi restoration of trade sigi kano sida la ki chances yang wange ba but I give personal opinion that the la kadori ba trade share it should be beyond 62 tradable items tegi Helen Bio I requested in yagi ambassador let me to I personally request or me yes India gi manufacturing industry gi interest akoina pot kara restriction tam madri that is okay because everything 100% moi di lawro baduri akhoi industry loi sidui ne ba but at the same time akhoi industry ti potho potuna hotang ba moi gidana khong ba akhoi khara gi su akhoi gi pocket su saving darka le ba that means everything should be in balance every ba aduna tariff ta tawidra ga su non preferential tariff ta not like quota systems like akhoi gi regulatory system da khara tawbiu haibne se Chinese products se Manipur da lapakan da all over India chali just 1% ka thabi rakpa da kasu kai deba that is a sort of restriction neba non preferential tariff to na block to bi but 1% of the total boat volume 150 billion gi 1% ai ta di kind of 3 billion gi trade lakpa da akhoi gi Manipur ko lai ra da yam chauba economic growth mo pro ngam neba aduna akhoi Nigeria se 62 trade items se hangat piu yadi IT ga IT sasi ke dewi India ASEAN si ke dewi mori trade to su tawbiu have it should not be confined it should not be limited by the mori trade ki agreement limited to biganu hai di mori is na India ni to mu asina ASEAN ni ASEAN India free trade agreement line na bani na hari bo poching se akhoi hari border point sida PSS में चला लकांदा इम्फाल योन बिरो देन इम्फाल टू वे पे 11 के बांग्लादेश योना कलकत्ता योना हाइबा चेन ऑफ कोई कॉरिडोर से ले रकांदा मणिपुर की अफाब इकोनॉमी अमल लाकनी है मिसी आई थमजिंग
नि जगह कि 62 आइटम्स से कोई मस इंपोर्ट खक्तगी ओइदोरिब्रा एक्सपोर्ट केनो ता कोई चाइना ना आसियान कंट्री तो मतम दिमो एक्सपोर्ट आयाम बोय तारे अदर मोई सरप्लस ओय मोई दो न कानी है तारे कोई इंडिया ना आसियान का तो मतम दिरे कोई दी डेफिसिट ओय तारे कोई लॉक्शन बोय इंपोर्ट ना तो होय तारे अर हुजिक तो दुसी इंपोर्ट आयाम बोय दुरा कोई कमाई
इंपोर्ट यामनी रा अदर इंपोर्ट आइने याय बाई कांसेप्ट आइ हाइजरी दो अखोई ऑन फैक्टर आई मणिपुर दा WT में सारा इन लेबर लपा कुन पीबा कांदा अपानी लाकन पतरा पीबा कांदा क्वेश्चन लाई से वेदर आई बाई पतरा तो लेगे कुन तो लेगे कुन दो अखोई की इकोनॉमी सपोर्ट औना हाउ लॉन्ग आई एम गोइंग टू सैक्रिफाइस अदना अनी सिगी मरक बैलेंस में चंगे है बनी था अदना अखोई की इंडिया की मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री से टोटली अखोइना थमसे हाई टाइप दी व्हाई डू वी इंपोर्ट फ्रॉम अदर कंट्रीज हाई दी She's a balance never tawri me things here because balance in the form of trade balance in the form of relationship loina tawna ba ngakte neba
adugi check and balance amma so khogi center na khalla brasina koi north east amar for example Manipur gi case ta Manipur ko kana je orum na link road to orum na higher bi area sida masage 62 items and other items na flooded way na khogi sun mainstream India gi port ma'am je so ida amta chanabam khangda bi film lakadra haidna import masing se kakthara brasin instead of 80 62 del hela brasin
no rasmen 62 items se check to bakan se the consumable items yakon yaw
okay
but whereas China di line the consumable items ne
right
sida chana me the pharmaceutical items ko Hawaii chengwai bicycles adigi kwamanu mana marumara Hawaii sugu mangak te ne ba but beyond that akhoi consumable item electronics item adigi electrical items adigi domestic household item am lai sing chini ko textile gi garments sing se ke dabi
okay
akhoi am to third party country ki par dam phang deu but phang dra bra is
Loi
all
phang
is available. Nothing in a sort of formalization today.
Formalized today.
Because akoina pamai the formalization pamai ke
Yes,
no kanda Manipur gi state on tax revenue se yam pieba whereby kano da khoi gi finance commission da kai da adu gi angle lo yeng ora kan da dikitabi akhoi gi lakado paisa su yam diam number 2 point akhoi market exposure pame akhoi sidagi su thaba ya ba podium le hoji akhoi na b2 meet business to business meet ora pa kan da Manipur gi komla
Yes.
Manipur gi champra Manipur gi haino shem pame but so many things pame ba not in Myanmar beyond Myanmar pame ba but third country production amata yana da ne ke devi akhoi economy side dam confined tower le
Okay.
mainland India se price yon rasna taba sum di yon bas yon ta khoi chap ga leibine and considering all these factors loino pasala kanta akhoi gi di Manipur gi di high trade corridor se passed of view and let the third party contraction ji yara ga di not 100% na taba some criteria or 100% changan chara ga na tha gi natraga chahi gi quota system da kar changan bi bata kaibra kaidragadi Manipur economy si Manipur gi unemployment mayam sing si sida destiny si sida laibani na awai si poche convert to bio sine ba wala
Okay. Koi state ki economy gi state sigi naha sigi thabuk phangdab leiriba mayam sing sigi kana ga tamaru ina state ki GDP da yam chauna magi revenue da chauba incremental growth am la ka da ba dum na opportunity ne dra masi opportunity si masi phangana gudam ta state lenga na yam chauna push to mathuk tagani adu gojik leiriba fiba masida yam thuna magi normal sida lakta ragadi yam thuna thuba matamda hairiba mayam sing simong phaunar pusu madugi da mata khoi mayam sem sadno lepham thu aduga ngasai business ki khoi gi tradable item mayam ama wali ba masing si henglan taragadi amuk he nang ngasai gi khoi gi trade volume chahon ba lurana lamdam si gi revenue da chawna kana ba aduga maru in employment khoi gi job generation hai tar employment generation mayam ama lakadam number maraga masi achobu opportunity ama ogedur ni adubu masi gi damata khoi sem sarabra masi gi damata khoi kari to mathuk tari habisi yam thuna kan thabu mata oiragani it is already late habi hum doni on the note ngasi unadi khoi beyond headlines ki edition sem batang sar sinjarge ayu jab or istam kan thajo punu chari loina na khoi gi sponsor ab tare santosh electronics ki maiki degi oja da gift hamper amaka khodol tam jige thank you so much
for the beautiful presentation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Loina di punu paro da amkana thajo punu chari SKTV se Manipur Myanmar gi khonjal ni Manipur Myanmar gi voice ni this is the expression of the people of Manipur and the state Manipur. So when you watch SKTV, when you support SKTV, you are fundamentally supporting the people of Manipur and the state Manipur. So keep supporting Manipur, keep watching SKTV. Thank you so much. Kurumjai.
Lengsin biro Santos Electronics Singjamai Leksang Them Lekai.
Yunggi home appliance sing da natana luhong bada sang da bayadraba yum amagi makup mata sing da natana washing machine freeze TV na singba electronic items sing wholesale rate ta phangan maga loinana adom yumda home delivery khudong chaw su pijari
Santos Electronics Singjamai Leksang Them Lekai da adom gi yumda changdraba yadraba potlamsing amadi angangi sanapot makhal suna phanganjari
adom na kariguma mobile ma mathau taraba mobile ma anobo leibi gen khanbiraba adoiba tarabadi Santos Electronics Singjamai Leksang Them Lekai miyam gi damukta thonglaw na hangdon leiri makhal khudimaki mobile khudimak phungbigani adu su kariguma adomna loan oine EMI da thibiraga lobi gi harbasu loan gi khudong sabasu pijari
Santos Electronics